Hello everyone, welcome back. I am so grateful you've chosen to spend this time with me. A few quiet moments to reflect, to breathe, to consider the rhythms of your own body. Today we embark on a subtle, yet profound exploration, a conversation about movement, about how certain exercises, often celebrated, may quietly undermine the vitality we cherish so deeply. We live in a world that praises intensity extremes, repetition, yet our bodies, especially after 40, respond to nuance, to mindfulness, to motion that respects the delicate balance of muscles, joints, and connective tissues. There is a profound elegance in understanding this, in recognizing that true health is not about the heaviest weight lifted, the fastest pace, run, the longest session endured, but in the harmony of motion, the poetry of alignment, the quiet preservation of energy and resilience. Movement becomes not a task, but a dialogue, a conversation between intention and sensation, between strength and grace, between present awareness and long-term vitality. And it is here, in this dialogue, that the choice of which exercises we embrace and which we abandon carries profound consequence, for longevity, for freedom, for the very joy of living. So today, as we consider 5 exercises that may be quietly diminishing our lifespan, let us do so not with fear, but with awareness, with curiosity, with the intention of honoring our bodies, our time, and the possibility of moving through life with elegance and ease. Movement is the poetry of the body, each step, each lift, each stretch, a verse written in muscle, bone, and breath. Yet, not every verse is kind, not every motion celebrates longevity. There are exercises, common, familiar, even recommended, that quietly strain our joints, create subtle inflammation, and chip away at the years we hope to preserve. They are the exercises we call healthy, yet their effects can be silently erosive. Today, we shine a light on 5 such movements, 5 routines many follow with confidence, unaware that these patterns may be subtly shortening their lifespan. This is not alarmism, it is insight, an invitation to see, to notice, and to choose with intention. The essence of this video is not in forbidding, but in guiding, in gently revealing alternatives, movements that respect your body's natural rhythm, that build strength without sacrificing grace, that cultivate vitality without creating hidden work. Because it is the core that it is more the years, Lord, it is more to move freely, you like to wait more rigorous, willing with energy, and consider your own in renting to the southern message of your lesson, your side, or every year, Mulari, Mulsi, and literally for the mentally, more with honoring well, like what for whatever you are, a few more seasons, we might move for warm, like, bending, reaching, carrying a grandchild, or walking along a sunlit path feels like a quiet celebration of life. Now imagine the opposite: a subtle ache, stiffness in joints, a hesitation before lifting, a faint fear of pushing too far. This is the reality many face, often without realizing it, a gradual erosion of freedom and vitality. It matters, because these exercises we take for granted are not just patterns of motion. They are choices that shape our lived experience, our capacity to embrace spontaneity, our ability to make life meaningful. Health after 40 is not merely about appearance, it is about presence, about being able to engage fully, to dance, laugh, bend, stretch, explore, to carry our loved ones without limitation, to breathe freely, to move with grace. Every subtle strain, every unnoticed wear, quietly steals from these possibilities, no dramatic moments, but in the cumulative poetry of everyday life. And this is why awareness matters, why reflection is essential, why understanding which exercises serve long-term and intuitive. And we quietly think because anything it is profoundly human, because more than mechanics is often overlooked and more rush of the muscle, more bloodshot than the person, on from the body, or the first is left from the protein. These 3 more merely to immobile, on who bones spread meaningful. Our tissues respond differently, joints bear weight more subtly, muscles recover more deliberately, connective tissue communicates in a language of care and attention. Certain repetitive exercises, once deemed harmless, can create microtraumas, tiny, invisible strains that accumulate, quietly eroding the resilience we wish to preserve. Inflammation lingers, energy is diverted to repair, and the body's natural grace slowly softens. Yet, the body is remarkably intelligent, adaptive, resilient when treated with mindful respect. When motion is deliberate, when alignment is honored, when effort is balanced with recovery, the same muscles and joints that once suffered strain can regain fluidity, strength, and endurance. As studies have shown that refined movement, low-impact, controlled, purposeful exercises, reduces wear while promoting longevity. Subtle adjustments in posture, alignment, and tempo transform ordinary exercises into guardians of vitality. The insight is simple yet profound: intensity is not the measure of health. Repetition is not the measure of strength. Elegance, awareness, and precision are what sustain us. When we align movement with the body's innate rhythms, when we listen to its whispers, we step into a practice that preserves not just years but freedom, presence. The quiet poetry of a life fully lived. And in this awareness, we find the bridge between conventional fitness advice and a life of enduring vitality. Step quietly into a space where time feels slower, where the air carries a soft warmth, and polished wood meets the subtle scent of botanicals. Here, movement is observed, measured and elevated, not pushed, not forced, but guided with precision and care. In these halls, clients are not simply exercising, they are engaging in a dialogue with their own vitality. Every motion is considered, every posture refined, every weight, stretch, and rotation chosen to preserve energy, build resilience, and honor the natural architecture of the body. It is a world apart from the noise of gyms, from the frenzy of trends, from the celebration of extremes. Here, intensity is quiet, intention is deliberate, and every action serves a singular purpose. Longevity, observing a client lift, a subtle alignment adjustment, a controlled breath, a shift of the pelvis. It is poetry in motion, the artistry of strength without strain, of endurance without sacrificial, the trajectory of a limb, the engagement of bristle, the flow of forward vibration of great unmeant, the balance between totality and longevity, the harmony that was spirits of time preserved, a remembered harmony that through its perfect time of university. What is it also or accessible for to preserve? Of potential unlocked, of a future gracefully extended. Here, movement is not simply exercise, it is an experience, a sanctuary, an act of reverence for life itself. Imagine a morning bathed in soft, golden light, sunlight spilling across the floor, the faint scent of cedar and essential oils gently filling the air. A client steps onto a mat, barefoot, grounded, present. Each movement is deliberate, a lift, a stretch, a gentle rotation. The muscles awaken not with strain, but with awareness. Joints articulate smoothly, breath flows freely, the body begins to remember its natural grace. A quiet music hums in the background, notes lingering in the air, each one guiding the rhythm of motion, the stretch of limbs, sucks micro adjustment. A tilt of the pelvis, the soft contraction of the core. A mindful elongation as in your neck times the ordinary becomes extraordinary, lifting or in a way. Lifting the weight if we Bending, extending is no longer a task, it is a communion, a dialogue between body, mind, and spirit. After only a few minutes, tension melts, stiffness recedes, energy expands. There is a palpable sense of transformation, not dramatic, not forced, but quiet, profound. In these moments, we glimpse what true longevity feels like, vitality that is sustained, elegance that is preserved, and the simple, poetic joy of moving through life freely, fully, gracefully. I remember a client, a woman in her early 60s, who arrived wary, her movements hesitant. Decades of conventional exercise had left her body strained, her joints stiff, her spirit quietly frustrated. She was seeking not miracles, not intensity, but a return to ease, a chance to feel present in her own body again. Over the weeks, through refined, deliberate motion, subtle adjustments, and mindful attention to alignment, I watched a transformation unfold, small at first, a softer posture, a deeper, easier breath, a lightness in her step. Then came the moments that mattered most, lifting her grandchildren without fear, walking through a park without hesitation, bending to reach a shelf and feeling strength instead of strain. She told me she felt younger, not just in appearance, but in her capacity to experience life fully. These stories are why this work matters. They are reminders that movement is never just mechanical, it is profoundly human. It is joy, presence, and freedom. It is the ability to carry oneself through decades with elegance and vitality. And in witnessing these quiet transformations, I am reminded that longevity is cultivated in awareness, in choice, in honoring the body as a vessel of life, not a tool to be tested. It is in these small, intimate victories that we discover the poetry of moving gracefully through time. In the quiet spaces of modern longevity clinics, innovation whispers, rather than shouts. Technology is not a spectacle here. It is a delicate partner, guiding movement with precision, insight, and grace. Advanced biomechanical assessments reveal the subtle language of the body, the tiny inefficiencies, the micro-strains, the hidden tensions that may accumulate over decades. Devices measure alignment, resistance, and range of motion, not to challenge, but to illuminate, to refine, to protect. Biofeedback systems provide a gentle dialogue between mind and muscle, subtle cues, vibrations, or visual guidance, reminding the body of its natural balance, nudging it toward harmony, rather than force. Even resistance tools, when thoughtfully designed, move like extensions of the body, softening impact while strengthening deep musculature. Every innovation is purposeful, every adjustment intentional. Here, technology becomes an art form, transforming ordinary exercise into a carefully orchestrated experience of longevity. It allows the body to flourish, to strengthen without strain, to preserve vitality, to honor time rather than fight it. And in this quiet elegance, we witness the future of movement, a fusion of human wisdom and technological insight, where every motion is supported, every effort measured, and every body treated not as a project, but as a work of art in motion. It is here, in this delicate balance of science and poetry, that true longevity begins quietly, profoundly elegantly. Picture yourself decades from now, walking through a garden drenched in soft sunlight, the air fragrant with flowers, the gentle rustle of leaves accompanying each step. Your body moves with ease, your spine elongated, your limbs fluid, your breath full and unhurried. Time feels softer here, pliable, a companion rather than a master. Every movement is effortless, every gesture precise, every step a testament to the care, awareness, and choices you have cultivated over the years. You bend, lift, stretch not with strain, but with a quiet, joyful confidence, reaching high, bending low, turning gracefully, your body a reflection of decades of mindful care. Imagine the freedom to move without hesitation, to greet each day with energy, to embrace loved ones without constraint, to fully inhabit your own life. This is not fantasy, it is possibility, nurtured by intention. And awareness, even your mind feels later, thoughts clearer, presence deeper. As the body and spirit move in harmony, you realize that longevity is not merely the passage of years, but the quality of living, the poetry of being fully present in every moment. And in this vision, you see the promise of what is possible when movement honors the body's natural rhythm, when every exercise, every choice, every breath contributes to vitality, grace, and life fully lived. This is the future, breathtaking, serene, and entirely within reach. As we reach the close of this journey, pause for a moment, feel the subtle rhythm of your own body, the quiet pulse of life flowing through you. Consider the exercises you have practiced, the routines you have followed, the moments you have moved through the world with intention, and those with unconscious strain. Reflection is not judgment, it is awareness, a gentle recognition that every choice matters. Longevity is not built in extremes, it is cultivated in quiet attention, in refined movement, in honoring the body as a vessel of presence, grace, and vitality. Imagine carrying this awareness into each day, walking with mindfulness, lifting with care, stretching with intention. Each motion becomes a conscious act of preservation, a celebration of life, a poem written in muscle and breath. And know this: the path to enduring vitality is not about perfection. It is about curiosity, patience, and elegance, about listening to the body's whispers, about embracing movements that nurture rather than deplete. Let this reflection settle, like sunlight through leaves, like a soft chord lingering in the air. Allow yourself to imagine the decades ahead, a life marked not only by years, but by freedom, joy, and the effortless poetry of movement. In this quiet realization, we find the essence of longevity, a life that moves gracefully, fully, beautifully.